All right. Hi, guys. My name is Ashlee. I go by Ashlee B widely. And I'm super excited to be here to do this quick conversation with Petiri about your documentary. So let's get straight to it. What made you decide now was the time to tell your story instead of just posting your curated moments on social media?
Well, they gave me a severance package. So I was like, this is now the time to go straight into production. But no, in all seriousness, I really just knew that I wasn't a singular person kind of going through what I was going through, right? If you look at the economy and specifically for Black people in different economies, yes. Give me a second. Watch the movie after, okay? Give me a second. Use your bobo. So I said, hey, as opposed to kind of closing myself in and feeling like, woe is me, how can I share my story to help motivate other people who might be in the same position?
I feel motivated. Y'all feel motivated too? All right. What's something audiences are going to learn about you that would completely surprise the person that they know from Sweet Life Los Angeles?
I feel like the relationship with my family, it was touched on, but like I'm really close to my family. I'm vulnerable about like my situation with my son, to some degree as well. So he wasn't there when I was on Sweet Life, so this is a huge development.
Right.
Also like friendships, right? And a little bit more clarity into the different ventures I'm in. It can even be a little confusing when you watch it. It's kind of like, all right, how is he interviewing for roles at a firm, right? But then reading the script in a car, but then trying to, insert himself as an influencer and do these applications, right? So I get the questions a lot, just like on the street. It's like, well, what do you do? Like, are you a reality star or a reality TV person? And I think this kind of helps package exactly what's happening with my life and my pursuits.
Multifaceted.
Correct.
And you have 7 sisters.
And I have 7 sisters.
Are you the only boy?
I'm the only boy and the oldest.
Wow. What's it like having 7 sisters?
They give me perspective, as you can see, right? And they put me in my place. I don't always have like the best approach sometimes. So I need consultation and direction. And what the heck? He's reciting the lines that he heard. So that's exactly what my sister said.
What the heck, right?
What the heck? Can you get up? Let's get up. These is nice clothes. But no, it's amazing. I really feel like it's a privilege to watch them grow up, and it's a reciprocal relationship. Like everything I try to do for them, like they help me as well. So
your father, obviously, his name is Jelani? Jelani. And how old is he?
He's 2.
You have a 2-year-old?
Yes.
All right, so let's now pivot to fatherhood and co-parenting. What's the hardest conversation you've had to have as a co-parent that ultimately made you a better father?
Oh, man. The hardest conversation I've had to have as a co-parent. Just the truth. I think people want to be certain things based off of other examples, right? Or even like stereotypes of what they think a father or a family should be, or try to jump into things too fast. I think just being honest about like where I am in my life, the things I'm pursuing, the things I don't have figured out yet, like I have to be very upfront because, essentially he comes first. And if I'm lying about, where I am, trying to say that I'm somebody that I'm trying to be when I'm not there yet, like it's only going to hurt him. Right. So I have to be extremely vulnerable and honest with myself and then with everybody who's involved with our situation. Exactly.
So how has becoming a dad changed the kind of man you want to be? Not just for your child, but for yourself.
It's not what?
It's not the TV.
That's not the TV. They closed it. Right. And I guess that's metaphoric for like they closed a chapter, for me. It's like some things that I probably wasn't ready to graduate from, or at least felt like I wasn't.
Yeah, you was drinking a whole liquor bottle.
Right. That was like my most viral clip. Like people think I'm an alcoholic. Right. So it's like alcoholic.
From the bottle?
Straight from the bottle. That was Casamigos, not Corona. So little stuff like that, right? It's like I can't be doing things like that because he does see everything, And I think just seeing that I have like a reflection of myself and somebody to guide, like I really have to be intentional about the things I'm putting out there, the things I'm saying, the things I'm consuming, right? Because he's over my shoulder too. I'm scrolling, he's scrolling, So it's very, important and a tough task.
And he's repeating.
Yes.
You have to watch what you say. Now, let's talk about you being unfortunately laid off.
Mhm.
You went from being unexpectedly laid off to still having mouths to feed, i.e. Jelani.
Mhm.
What was going through your mind in the first 24 hours that you heard that you lost your job?
Yes. Use it. Put it in your mouth. No?
Nah.
This is gonna sound weird, but I had like a moment of like I felt elated.
Yeah.
I felt elated right after the meeting, and it's weird because it's like everybody I told was like, "Damn, P, you gonna figure it out?" I was like, "Yes."
Obviously.
To some degree, I was like, "Yes," because I was really yearning for flexibility. Right? I was commuting to the city, trying to make it to daycare on time on the days I had to get him. Right, and it was like causing a lot of anxiety and stress for me. So that was the first thought. It's like I finally have that free time to like think about the things I want to do with my life, but also like be there for him. So this has been an amazing period outside of being unemployed, right? Being able to be present more with him and being able to pick him up early and have the flexibility to go drop things off for school and for the teachers and stuff like that has really been awesome. So that was my initial reaction. But then reality sets in and you're like, holy shit, what the fuck am I going to do next? You know? And that's what this is all about, figuring that out.
You do need money to survive.
Yes,
Right?
for sure.
So what did that season teach you about providing that had nothing to do with money?
Oh, with the time matters most, right? Like, and it even made me reflective on situations in my own life where it's like, you know, I probably had the resources afforded to me or people would offer me things, but really I just needed you there, right? So it made me really realize like, that's the most important thing. Obviously, he don't need to have a bum dad, but like just the time spent, right?
Yeah.
Just me being there, you know, every day means so much for him. So that's important.
So you teased a little bit of your dating life in episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
So how has fatherhood changed what you're looking for in a partner?
I need a stepmommy, not just a girlfriend.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, it's just like I'm trying to think about the whole picture, right? Not just what my type is, but it's like who's gonna fit this whole dynamic and who's also gonna accept me for, you know,
You're a package deal.
My package deal, right? So it's like I know it's not easy dealing with somebody that has a kid or, you know, a previous situation. So I think my criteria changes and I also need to find somebody that they have adjusted their criteria as well.
Okay. Red flags. What are some that you've learned not to ignore now that you're dating again?
In people that I'm looking for. I think decision making and discernment, right? Like I think the fun, let's risk it type of attitude, it was attractive in my younger years, you know, but now it's like I feel like I'm making decisions for two. So I feel like my risk appetite has changed and I need somebody that I can also trust, like, you know, at home with my kid, you know? So I need them to have the same mentality, not just like, let's, you know, let's do whatever. The TV is closed. You want to sit down and be quiet so we can finish this?
Yeah.
Okay, right there. Go ahead, hop a squat. Thank you. Good job.
Okay.
Good job.
So you're without a job now, but that's pivoted you to entrepreneurship, right? So people see the entrepreneurship as freedom, but what part of building off the grid has been the least glamorous?
This is a double-edged sword because it's like working with your friends, you know? So it's like, there's money on the line, right? So we all knew that before, but now it's like, wait a minute. Now that it's moved from like a secondary or tertiary source of income to kind of farther up the ladder, it's like, wait a minute. You know, so just being honest with your friends about that, kind of making sure that, you know, it's a group business. So making sure everybody's on the same page about stuff like that. And even my approach to other things, other sources of income that I receive, is just like, it became more of became more urgent because I'm relying on it more. I don't have this primary source of income anymore. So, but it's also taught me that I can rely on myself. You know, I think a lot of people become dependent, and no shade to corporate. I think everybody, if you could go get a check and clock in and do a quote unquote 9 to 5, go do that and figure out your stuff on the side. But it's given me the confidence and develop my skills in other areas.
Right, because, you know, you have no choice and It's either you got to bet on yourself or you're going to drown. Sink or swim.
Sink or swim. That's a fact.
Swim.
That's a
Okay,
fact. I'm a
so
swimmer.
how do you know when it's time to pivot versus keep pushing? You know, with the entrepreneurship, I'm sure you're awarded a lot of opportunities. Which ones you say no to, which ones you actually take. How do you decide that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think at this point it's about alignment, right? So just not just doing things for a check, even though you could be in a compromising situation where it's like, I might just do that because I need it right now. I'm in a tough spot, whatever. But really just thinking about 5-10 years down the line and the type of brand that I want to have and how I want to represent myself. I want to make sure that I'm only accepting things and pursuing things that align with that. Because otherwise, you know, I feel like it's not a waste of time, but, you know, it could kind of divert you from your end goal.
That makes sense.
Right.
Lastly, if someone is watching your docuseries because they're going through a layoff, navigating co-parenting, or trying to rebuild their life, what do you hope they take away from when the credits roll?
I think if you could take away one thing from this, it's never be too hard on yourself and also never give up. So I think during periods that are strenuous, it can be easy to be like, woe is me. You can, you know, go through depression and have different, you know, wavering feelings. But I think you need to be easy on yourself, continue to give yourself confidence. Remember the things that got you to the place that you were, right? Be your own cheerleader, but also push, you know? It's like, you have to be honest about the effort that you're giving. Like some days you might procrastinate, like, I don't got a job today. I'm gonna just chill. I'm gonna go to the beach, right? I'm gonna just go hang out with my friends. I'm gonna have a drink. I'm gonna go to some random screening that this nigga invited me to, right? But really being honest, like, am I giving it my best effort to get to where I wanna go? So I think it's both.
Okay, well, give it up for Petiri, y'all. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Back to the bar.